want to thank my new subscribers for being here. And I want to thank my returning subscribers. You guys are the backbone of our community. You guys make us who we are. I just wanted to pop on just to say hi. That's really it. And just chat with you guys, see what's going on. I've been a little bit hidden out in the community this weekend, trying to get a lot done, filming, you name it, and being cold. It is cold. It's 21 degrees here with a wind chill of, I think they said it was like -1 right now, and it's trying to snow. Hey Kendall, how are you doing, sweetie? I gotta adjust some things real quick. There we go. Hello, Sherry. How are you, sweetie? Sorry, my mouth is really dry today. But, yeah, just the last minute decision. Woke up about an hour ago and I'm like, let me just go ahead and go live. Getting over a cold and yes, it is. Like, I'm not getting over a cold. It's just this deep cold is like really hurting my pain syndrome and my metal knees. It's really, really, oh my gosh. I always sit here with a heated throw on my lap, and my other one, it went out like the other day, so I had to go out while it's cold and go get a new one. And this one's a lot bigger, so it's keeping me a lot warmer. And because it is cold, like our oldest dog, well, she's 14, it's the only one we have now, and she'll poke her nose out, and it's cold, and she's like, nope, I'm not going out there. You're not having me go out there. Hey, Chris. Okay, sweetheart. All right. Thank you, Chris. Trying to stay warm. It's 9 degrees, but feels like -6 here. And I don't. Let me see if I can pull up, because I usually pull up the weather on my phone. Let's see if I can do it on my tablet. No, come on. I want you to go away. Can you do what I want you to do, please? No. Let me lock my tablet. Hey, lady, Crochet. Come on, lock. Let's see. Let me go over here. Okay. Come on, get my zip code. It's supposed to be 4 degrees tonight. Trying to find out where. Oh my gosh, I can't do it here. Oh, it feels like 8. Okay, there we go. And then trying to stay warm. Yeah, I love this heated throw. It really like it's that, but it's really awesome. I like it. I've always liked them. I have one on my legs because of my pain syndrome, almost 24/7 all year round. But and I know school's out today for a lot of people, and a lot of people don't have to work today, but, or well, not a lot, but some people don't have to work today. I know Mel's not running today, so, and I'm expecting my last care package from Joann's. I don't know when now. I got the email this weekend, so I have no idea when that's going to be mailed out. Hey, Connie, it's going great, sweetheart. I'm doing all right. Just got to take it day by day. I mean, it is what it is, right? And thank you. That wrap should be coming out. Okay, let's see the day. No. On the 7th of February? Yeah, The wrap will come out on the 7th of February. And then I'm hoping, because I'm trying to bust out a few other little things right now. Sorry, somebody sent me a message, and I'm trying to see if it, okay. And I'm trying to bust out, I can show it, sort of. I don't want to mess it up yet. I've been working on it all day yesterday, trying to figure out the way I want it. And it's linked hearts. I don't know if you can see how it's coming out. It's going to need to be blocked for sure. But linked hearts is what I'm working on right now. It's a scarf, and then I'm going to do a matching head ear warmer to go with it. And then the wrap comes out. The reason why the wrap is going to take a few days, it's going to come out on the 7th, because I need to drop this. The stitch got dropped today, the starburst stitch, because I haven't done that stitch. Then I've got to do the Tunisian picot border, which I haven't done on my channel, and I haven't seen anybody do that yet. And then I need to do the stitch pattern that I created for it. So that's 3 weeks worth of stitches that I need to drop in order for that to drop, so that way everything makes sense. That's just how I like to do things. Hey Tina, how are you doing? And then my Arija blanket, it's pronounced, let me type it over here. I'm going to put it in the chat. This is how it's spelt. That is how it is spelt, but it's pronounced Arija. And it's, what way am I doing this? It's Irish for Ireland, but I've got a decent ways on it now, and it's coming out oh so beautifully. Like I'm impressed with me coming up with the stitch pattern. It is coming out really fantastic. Yeah, it's taken a lot of work to get to figure it out. Like, it took me 3 days to figure out the stitch combination that I wanted, and it's basic stitches. It's nothing hard. Like literally, there's the smock stitch, the simple stitch, the knit stitch, and then there's a little special stitch in there that I'll have to do a tutorial for. But other than that, it's basic stitches, and it's just how you put them together. Now, I know I want to do it with a mustard gold or big twist mustard border, but I'm still not 100% positive of how I want the border. Do I want to do fringe? Do I want to do tassels? Do I want to do a twisted fringe? Do I want to do a crochet border? I'm not 100% positive yet. Hi, Christine. Oh, hey, you got to use your colors. Hey, Heidi. Well, hello, Lee Crafty Homestead. How are you doing? And then there's a couple other stitch patterns. I'm ordering yarn probably tomorrow from Hirschner's, and the only reason I'm ordering it from Hirschner's is because, well, we all know what's going on with Joann's, so I want to be able to actually still get the color yarn that I need. And I need to order some reds, golds, whites, and I'm debating between black or brown, and some greens, because I need to, it's for an oriental type theme, because the way these stitches that I have in my head work and come out, it looks kind of orientalish. So I'm trying to, hey Darcia, hi She Spins. I'm wanting to carry that theme and kind of honor that culture. And then with the Apache blanket, the Apache Tears blankets. Because I'm going to be technically doing two. I want to do Apache Tears, and then I want to do the Apache Tears with there's the feather stitch. It's not called the feather stitch. I don't know what it's called yet. It's an unnamed stitch because there is a Tunisian feather stitch. This stitch, when it's worked up, it looks like a headdress feather. So I want to play with all those in there. And no, Panda, Lady Crochet, he's at work for another 3.5 hours, I think. He may pop in. I don't know. Hey, Roxanne. Oh, thank you, Tina. I'm trying. Like, I just want to show things that, you know, you don't need all these fancy stitches to be able to make something really cool. That's the whole gist of my whole channel is, you know, you could throw some of these stitches together and you got something beautiful. And we are, you're gone. I can moderate myself. Actually, yeah. And sorry, but I still need to work on, because I know it's getting cold. I really need to work on the hooded cowl. Get that pattern situated. Get that pattern situated. And let me see if I can block this person real quick. And I did. Bye. And okay, we're good. Yeah, they're gonna do what trolls do. Kids are out of school today here in the States. I believe they are anyway. I don't have kids, so I have no idea. But the cowl, and then after I get done with the cowl, I still need to do what we're calling the Cobra scarf. Like, my board is just big, and I got a lot to do. And I hear that, like, and it's amazing. Like, I saw that New Orleans and whatnot were getting a lot of, you know, all the coast down there and the Gulf Coast are getting a lot of snow. Tina, I want to go online and shop, but I want to wait until they go through the liquidation sale. Hey, Maureen. Oh, that's Steen. Sorry. I get you too. My crochet story. I don't know why I get you too confused. I don't know. My mind's just, eh. How are you doing, Steen? But I want to wait till they have their liquidation sale, because that's when, you know, things are going to get real cheap. I was telling Panda about that. And so he was like, well, it looks like our bed's going to be yarn. Because, you know, it's going to be real cheap. And I've got some, what they're sending me this time around is, I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. Just go to Big Twist, because it's their new line, which it's called Vortex. It's an acrylic based yarn, 328 yards in a cake. I'm gonna see if I can do this. All right, so I gotta scoop my phone over just a touch, so that way I can flip my camera around and you guys can see it. Give me one sec. Sorry. All right, I should be able to flip my camera around. That's the first color they're sending me. It's called Bird of Paradise, and there's 10 of that one. And then they're sending me, what's the other one? There it is. 10 of that color, and it's called Neon Forest. It is a 4-weight, and Oh, come on, flip back. Yeah, it is a 4-weight. And I got to scoop my phone back onto the holder. Oh my gosh. There we go. And I've already gotten some. Hold on. I'm sorry. My hand's in your way. There we go. It is a 4-weight. They're also sending me something else, another color. Let me see if I can find it, and I'll show you here in one more second. I won't be messing with my phone this time around. And it's in their menagerie. It's 410 yards. Excuse me. Of course, it's a DK or a 3, lightweight acrylic. And the color that they're sending me, 10. Okay, I gotta scoop again. Let's see if I can do this without too much trouble. Boop, we'll do that. 10 of, and it's that color. And it's called Chameleon. And so they're sending me that. I'll figure something out with it, but I don't know why they're last minute sending me stuff when, you know, even when I show stuff off of theirs, like whenever I showed off, what is it called? Supernova. Supernova sold out through the roof. The hits before I showed it off and the hits after, they correlated the two, and it blew up. Hi, everybody that came in. Pesky Oinker and Christy. But what I was told is, you know, if you show it off, it's not going to help. It's already too late. And it's, a lot of people think they know what's caused this. And I've seen people put out, like, the facts about Joann's closing. I'm going to give you the facts. And this is from somebody who talks to people there. The facts are, a couple years ago, you know, they were bought. Well, the company that bought them saddled Joann's with their debt. And Joann's has been digging out of that debt. And they can't do their own debt and that debt. That's what's happened. It was set up to fail. And people are speculating that it's poor this, poor that. That's what happened. And they've been trying and trying and trying, and they can't. The pandemic did help a little bit, but they just can't get out of it. And, you know, I know what they correlated, but they showed me the numbers from whenever what they're correlating to me, showing off the Supernova. You know, it raises a lot of funds, but it doesn't raise what they, you know, I'm small. I'm small beans compared to, you know, if somebody else showed it off that had, you know, 1.2 mil or whatever. And so it is what it is. We're going to have to start finding something to do. But like I told Panda, I said, we're just going to go, it's going to be cheap when they go to liquidation. Yarn is going to be cheap, and we're not going to have Big Twist ever again. And I love Big Twist. I use Big Twist in everything I do. 90% of everything I've made is Big Twist. So we're going to stock the heck up. If that means we are going to fill the garage with totes galore, that's what we're going to do. If it means, you know, I roll out of bed and I roll onto a tote, that's what I'm going to do. Hey, Don P, sweetie. You know, I don't really know any of that. And it all depends on the buyer that's going to be happening. I don't know, Don P. I didn't know. They're not really telling me much, but they did tell me that about what really is going on when people are out there, you know. There's other channels that have said they know the facts. They know the facts. They really don't know the facts because they don't talk. They only talk to employees. Employees don't know everything. Who I've talked to has a VP behind their name. So they you know, that's who has been my contact, is a VP. So I really, they've only told me what they can tell me. Um, I really do think there will be, Roseanne, because the liquidation's it's gonna hit. If they cannot find a buyer, well, even if they find a buyer, the buyer that's in the running right now is the same buyer that bought big lots and liquidated big lots. That's what's going to happen. So it's going to, if the same buyer buys, then it's all going to happen quick. I do know there is a yarn sale going on right now, but you also got to think what Joann's has in stock right now, just in general, just what they have in stock right now. This is stuff that they bought before they even knew that they were going to be having to sell. Hey, China. So they have a mess ton of stock. There is a mess ton. They even have new yarns that are supposed to be coming out. That's why they're just throwing it out. Um, so they're just trying to, they got all this yarn. So there's going to be plenty of yarn left. Yeah, well, Don P, there was some, like I noticed, like I was able to get 18-gallon totes for $2.50 at Big Lots. There was some things that were just not liquidation sale, but there was a few things, like I found those cakes of roll with it, for $1.50. Hey, Zoila, sweetheart. Uh, so uh, I'm reading what She Spin says. Like when Michael's bought out AC Moore, there was a woman with a U-Haul in the parking lot with her husband and kids buying all the yarn she could get her hands on by the box load. I mean, I'm going to be buying a decent amount of yarn, but I've got a budget, I don't make the YouTube money like some people do. And they, so I'm going to buy what I need. I'm not like me, I was telling Panda, if I can buy just 10 of every color, then I'm fine. I'm good for a couple years. And, we have 40, 60-gallon totes that are empty. We have quite a few of those. And I can just put it in that and call it a day and, stack them in closets that we don't use. And I'll be good for a while. Of course, there are some colors that I need to buy from other companies because Big Twist doesn't carry those certain colors that I want. Excuse me. Connie, from what I was told, expect yarn. This is the only information I do have on the liquidation part. If they go to liquidation, what they have suggested is that yarn will be the Big Twist, the value stuff. I don't know about Red Heart. I don't, all the other names, but Big Twist, they're expecting it to be about $1.50 a skein. If Big Twist, Chris, if they do liquidate, yes, I'm gonna buy like Russ. But that's just because everything I have in my head, I've pictured with Big Twist. That is why. And most of Joann's yarn, all of Joann's yarn is imported from well, they were slowly switching to India out of Turkey, but that, I mean, Turkey or India is where they're coming from. The new stuff, I believe, I know the Christmas yarns came from India. And you could tell the difference in like the packaging. Like I'm working with some purples right now and pinks, but like you can the paper, the band was a little, is when it comes from Turkey, it's a little, how do I say it? Like almost plasticky. But when it's coming from India, it feels papery. I believe, Heidi, Lucky Brand Bamboo, they're just exclusive to Joann's. I believe that they will find enough. They will either go. I don't know where they'll go. They may just sell it on their own, but uh, that was not a. That's just an exclusive brand. It's not a house brand for Joann's, so they may be able to shop around and get it somewhere else. That, Connie, I have no idea. I wish I knew more, but I really don't. All I know is what caused the bankruptcy and the possibilities of the liquidation. Because they're not telling me too much because they can't. Heck, half of them don't even really know fully what's going to happen. They've got one buyer. They may have another one in the works, but the one buyer that they have that's knocking on their doors is the same one who bought Big Lots. So I'm pretty sure all of Joann's brands, house brands, like KC, and Big Twist, and I believe there was one more that's a house brand. I believe those will go on deep because we'll never see them again. And then you're gonna find them on eBay or Mercari or other sites, for 10 times as much as what they're worth. Just like right now, I'm sure you can go to eBay or anywhere else and look up for the Halloween yarns, and you're gonna find them for extravagant prices, ridiculous. And see, I guess I can tell you guys now, since nothing's gonna happen. There was a big deal in the works with me and Joann's. Big deal. I was supposed to start helping them this year, start coming up with new colorways and new colors. By the end of the year, I was supposed to be the brand ambassador. But we just see how all that's going now. So I can tell you now, I was just trying to keep it a secret, but there's no point in keeping it a secret because it's not going to happen now. Hey, Sid. Hey, Sandy. So, I've got the email, like literally, I want to say 30 minutes before the announcement of the bankruptcy, rescinding the offer. So it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it. But it is what it is. It was, and like everything that started with me and Joann's was them reaching out to me because they saw the blanket and read what yarn was used for, or heard what yarn was used for the blanket that I made for Bag a Day, her auction. So they reached out to me, and that's how all this stuff ever came about with them. And it is what it is. I was excited that here I am, what I call a lobby, and they were outreaching to me. But now it's not happening. I mean, it's what it is. Life happens, and maybe there's a silver lining that it didn't happen. Maybe it's going to help me be able to work more. Hi, Diane Weaver. Yeah, Chris K. I don't do secondary market. And I'm afraid about I don't buy from secondary markets because one, I'm a germaphobe, and you just don't know the condition that some of these people's homes are in, or wherever they store it. You know, I'm just a germaphobe. I won't get it from, like some people will go and get yarn from Goodwill. That's fine. I'm just a germaphobe. I don't, knowing my luck, it'll have bed bugs or something in it, and I'm not gonna have that mess. That's just me. I know people will put it in their deep freezers and whatever. Our deep freezer is packed full of food, so I don't do secondary markets. Well, thank you, Roseanne. Yeah, Chris. I see. My biggest thing is like they don't. A lot of these don't listen to us crocheters. They think we know what they think they know what we want, and they have no clue. Like literally, look at the Joann's Christmas line this last Christmas line. That was pathetic. It wasn't all that great. And it really didn't sell well. And I told them, I was like, these colorways are not going to sell well. Look at them. You're pushing Valentine's Day colors as Christmas colors. No. And the denim faded look is not going to be, it's not in this year. And it's not going to be in 2025. Exactly, Christy. Just be positive. That's all I can be. And like I said, maybe this happened for a reason to where I can actually, because I have a lot on my plate. I purposely overfilled my plate because I am challenging myself this year to get a lot done. So that's why maybe it's a blessing. Who knows? Um, I mean, and they did hit the nail on some things this year. They hit it. They had some home runs and they had some huge misses. One of their most popular lines they discontinued, Party, on Big Twist Party. That was a very popular line. It was moving, and then they decided, oh, we're going to pull it. Why? And then they had some big hits. Supernova, big hit. They had at the beginning of the last year, they had Posh. It was a big hit, the Big Twist Posh line. Big hit. And then 3 months later, they discontinue it. And then they bring it back. Yeah, Connie. Hi, DK. Jen, how are you doing, sweetie? But maybe, like you said, maybe it's just a blessing. I get to concentrate more on the now night. I keep adding 19 blankets. One started. Amanda, it seems like they were just taking a dart and just throwing it at a board and see what. And it seems like the people who were coming up with these colorways, and that's why they were going to have me come into it. They, the people who were coming at, and this is what I talked when I talked to my person who offered me this stuff, the VP of marketing, that um, the people who come up with the colorways, and I flat out asked them. I said, do they crochet? Do they knit? Or they do anything in the fiber arts? And they said no. I was like, there's your problem. You don't have a crocheter or you don't have a knitter coming up with these colorways. That's the problem. Because if you have a crocheter and a knitter coming up with these colorways, we know what we want, and we know what other people want. So we would help. We would make. Yes, Roseanne, it does. Slow and steady. And that's another reason why I kind of went to every other Friday I do inside the yarn studio, because I felt I was rushing myself and I was feeling a lot of pressure. And they putting in a lot of pressure on myself to do an item make every Friday, and I'm just like, I gotta, that pressure's not. So I went to every other Friday, except for this little bit of holiday for Valentine's Day, because I have so many cool ideas that I wanted to get out there, different concepts. Working on it on interlock blanket. Awesome, lady Crochet. Amanda, it would, but it wouldn't too, because of the, it would actually, the EPA and a lot of the OSHA standards would be very costly on these if we were to move it here. That's why they'd move them to Turkey and India. Yeah, Lady Crochet, any Tunisian is a yarn eater. Hey, Carrie. Hope you're feeling better, sweetie. I mean, I would, if it could make it cheap, then hey, I'm for it. But have a feeling, you know, with all the safety standards that would have to be in play, the value skein would be almost as much as, what are they? Like the Red Heart Super Saver Jumbos that are $7 to $10, depending where you go. I think it would be close to that. We did used to, Amanda. It used to be made here in the U.S., but because of safety standards and stuff, they moved them. It's cheaper. Hence why a lot of the yarn is made in Turkey and in India. I can't even talk and in India, because of the safety standards are low. So they can mass produce. They can do all the chemical stuff that we can't do, because it would hurt the environment really well. Ooh. and I'm not I don't like messing with bougie yarn. You know, I can't do animal fibers. Well, wool, 100% wool or merino wool, even super washed messes with me. But like these low content wools, up to 30% is as much as I can mess with. If it's any more than 30%, then it starts breaking me out. I don't know. I think they're fake wool, but you never know. So who knows? And then but like I said, I got a yarn order to place tomorrow with Hirschner's, and it's just so I can get some solid colors, and then some solids to go with the gradients, because I have some really different cool ideas. Um, Different blanket wises of stitches that haven't been used yet, and that's what I'm trying to do too. Well, Chrissy, I think that's why India is ramping up a lot of, hey Amy, um, their yarn production is because they're I don't want to say fighting for trying to be a top yarn producer, but yes, you know how countries are about it, that stuff. They So they're coming onto the, and ramping up their yarn production. And Diana, I see. I've only been to Michael's just a few times. I've never grabbed yarn from Michael's. Never. I go in there and I'm just not a fan of the yarn. The only thing I have gotten from there was faux fur, and I wasn't even a fan of it. I liked um, Big Twist's favorite faux fur better over it. They, I don't know, I just wasn't a fan of Michael's, and I don't step into Hobby Lobby. I don't go in there on principle, which is something I will never talk about here because my channel is not about politics, it's not about drama, and it's not about religion. It's about Tunisian crochet and yarn. And you awesome people. Yeah, man, and that's what I've noticed too. There was I don't know the name of that line, but I believe it's facets. But it's like I liked it, and I kind of wanted some, but I was able to find some in other companies that was cheaper. Hi, Mary King. Haven't seen you in a while, sweetie. And DK Jin. You could tell the difference between the yarn that comes from India and the yarn that comes from Turkey. India's is a little bit stiffer. You can tell the difference, and you can see the color difference too. The colors aren't like Turkey. The colors are bright and vibrant, and then if you get the same color from India, it's more of a, I want to say, washed out. And yes, Sid, their selection is pretty poor there. And I'm also making a Granny Triangle shawl with a Nico and Gorilla yarn. It's comparable to ice yarns, but not so expensive. Hi, Lisa's Crochet. How are you doing, hun? And Ricky. Hey, sweetie. Yes, Chris, that's what I was thinking of, is what you just said about the standards. Um, I don't know, like we were talking about yarn a minute ago. I was scrolling through Facebook, which I have been kind of neglecting this whole weekend on any type of social media. Just I've been trying to get stuff done because I'm trying to get a little bit more leeway on my filming so I can concentrate on oh my gosh, I was about to mess up the name. Aisha blanket. Aisha. And so that way I can concentrate it, because I have to count, because if I don't count the smock stitch parts, I always mess it up. So I have to count it every time I go do it. So it's slow because of that reason. So I'm trying to get quite a few things filmed up and get ahead, because there is a slouchy beanie that I've got the filming for. I just need to take the picture and edit it, and boom, it's done. There's the triangle scarf, which is there. It's all, just gotta take the picture of it, then edit, and boom, it's done. I've got, well, shoot, that's all I have filmed. So I'm trying to get a few things filmed so I can sit back and concentrate on these blankets, because, like, just for those who hasn't seen it, I've made a little headway since my Friday live. Ooh, come on. But that's the Aisha blanket. Boom. The only thing about this blanket, it's a 14 stitch repeat. So 14 stitch repeat, but you know, that's the only bad thing about it. I don't like having big repeats like that, but I think it will, it looks beautiful. The pattern is just, and I'm going to take VJ's suggestion and also make a sweater out of that. I just need to order. I want to use this exact same, because the color I'm using is dark teal, big twist. So when the liquidation sale happens or the big sale happens, I'm grabbing a mess ton of these because I want to make a sweater. I want to make a sweater vest out of this exact color because this color is phenomenal, and you're actually seeing it true to color. That's true to color, which is weird because a lot of these colors you don't get true. Wow. That's awesome. It is true to color. Hello, Rosie. And Bonnie. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Fluffy. Hello, Carolyn. Like, I just love that color. I like more earth tones, but that color is phenomenal. And I was also debating it's either the sweater should be out of that. Let me show you another color. Don't mind the sweats because it's cold and I'm sweating it. I'm in sweats. So there's two colors that I was thinking about doing the sweater in that's going to be having that stitch pattern in it. Ooh, it is cold. Now the first color I thought about doing is it's rust. And that is pretty much true to color too. It's either this color or the cinnamon or the dark teal. One of those three are going to be the sweater with that pattern. Yeah, Bonnie, he's at work. Hey, Dio, what? Oh, excuse me. How are you doing, sweetie? And Connie, I'm thinking the dark teal too. Hi, Aaron. Well, see, Sid, that's what I'm thinking too. It's so I'm like torn. So I can make a sweater out of the dark teal, make a sweater vest out of this, or a cardigan with that stitch. So it could be different wearables. Wow. Because I have a bunch of these. Anytime I get a colorway, I always grab 10 because I don't know if I'm going to do a blanket with it or not. So I always grab 10. Now all the same color too. I don't know why I always do. I just grab 10. Hey, Karen. Yeah, I'm a fan of the cinnamon. I was going to pair the cinnamon with wouldn't a chocolate brown? Yeah, I was going to pair the cinnamon with that color. I don't know what I was going to pair it for. It's toffee, Big Twist toffee. But I grabbed 10 of each because I was like, I'll pair it with something and make it. Yeah, Bonnie. Every time I grab a color, it's always 10 because like I said, I don't know if I'm going to make a blanket or what I'm going to make with it, or if I'm going to pair it with another yarn, and then I got double the projects. And because Panda's always like, why are you getting 10? Why are you getting 10? And well, I'm getting 10 because I don't know if I'm going to make a blanket with it or not. I don't know. Christy, I've used Karen, but Karen, to me, the Karens feel plasticky. That's just me. Just like, the bamboo, the Lucky Brand bamboo is very slick to me. Yeah, Ricky, especially in Tunisian, you only get so far. I think maybe 2 skeins actually make a decent scarf in Tunisian just because of the twice the yarn. Yeah, Connie, 10 covers all options. But yeah, I can see you always buying blue, Bonnie. Negative, oh my gosh, Heidi, negative 20 here with the wind chill. Old and dry. Oh my goodness. Oh wow, Christy. I didn't temporarily close due to system problems. And they've been having a lot of, even before this whole bankruptcy thing, they were having, there was days I went in there and the system would go down and managers are just going nuts trying to get it back up. And I have, Aaron, I have Olive and Camel over here. Um, because I wanted to do something. I don't know what I wanted to do. I don't remember. Hi, Mandy. Yeah, see, and Bonnie, the only reason I grabbed like 10 like that is because I want the same lot. I want the same lot. I'm lot picky. I'm one of those that I won't mix brands and I won't mix weights and I won't mix lots. If it's not the same lot, I don't want it. It has to be the same lot because I could split different lots up with different colors, but that's just too much work. I don't want to think about it. So it needs to be the same lot. Because like Panda was doing a blanket. I don't remember what it was. And I bought cause my original Bag a Day auction blanket was going to be something different. And I kind of didn't like that idea, but I've already bought all the yarn for it. But I didn't like that idea. So then I came up with a checkerboard with Panda's help. And but we were going to he wanted to make a blanket, so he wanted to use it was navy blues. And so he was using it, but it turns out I ordered 10. And that's why I'm adamant, and I was getting on to talking to my contact at Joann's, like if somebody orders a decent amount of yarn, well, yarn period, it needs to be the same lot. Whoever is picking the shipment order needs to make sure it's the same lot, especially when it comes to dark colors. You know, hi Krista. Um, it especially when it comes to dark colors, because if you can't have three different lots of black because they're not going to be all the same color black. Same with the navy blues that I got. Panda was using them for a blanket. I don't remember what blanket, and he ended up not being able to use them because they sent me 10, and they were in packages of 2, and it was 5 different lots, and they were all different shades of navy blue. And yes, Ricky, dye lot is highly important. Bonnie, yes, I got a personal email from her, and it made me cry, and then tear up pretty bad. And then Panda, he read it, and it was very good. She loved it. See, Christy, that's mine too. Christina, they are always yarn always on the floor because they're short staffed, and so they've got plenty. They've got a lot of yarn, so there's going to be a lot of yarn for us when the sales happen. But yeah, I got to make sure they're the same lot. And even whenever I buy, because there's some colorways that I do like in what's that play? In Red Hearts, we're gonna be doing. Panda wants to do a camo blanket, and I don't like the big twist camo yarn pattern that they have, so we're gonna get the Red Heart one. I even went through when I get that stuff. I even make sure the lot numbers are very at least similar. There's been, of course, when you're holding like some colors together and they could be the a different lot number, but you actually still got the same color, and I go with it. Um, yeah, Panda Crochets. He doesn't buy yarn because he's literally he's colorblind. He is colorblind, and hi Rebecca. So I pick out his yarns for him. Whenever he asks me for a pattern, I create the pattern for him, and he wants to crochet it, just like the cat blanket he did. I created that pattern for him, and he's like, "Well, I want these colors." And I'm like, "How do you know what you want?" And it's for a sister-in-law, and it's for our sister-in-law, and so we know what colors. And I was like, "Okay, well, this is how you're gonna work your colors." So that way he knows what's what. He can, if you tell him this is a color, then he can associate that with that color. They can't see that color. The hardest thing for him to see is like maroons, uh, all the different shades of reds and dark reds and purples and a few other colors. And Krista, I don't even know if there's going to be a lot of. It may be, it may be a milked out sale. I don't know because they have a lot of yarn in back stock, a lot. Um, so it's probably going to be one of those sales that it's going to last. God knows how long because they're going to milk it out. They are going to milk it out, and because they do have a mess. And what I'm telling you, they have a mess ton of yarn in their back stock. Yarns that wasn't even supposed to come out until the summer. They've already ordered all that, so it's sitting there. So they're gonna have a lot. Yeah, Crystal. Our Walmart, my Walmart, we have one that has a good yarn aisle. That's on the other side of town. The one near me, which is literally 2 minutes north of me, 2 minutes that way, their yarn selection is probably no bigger than my wall. But yesterday when I walked in there, I always make it a habit to go check um, the clearance aisle, and that's when I saw yesterday. If you saw my newest short, the puff flower, whatever that flower power yarn, they had the one of them I was debating on getting, just so I could just work it up, not work it up as a flower, but work it up just in the simple stitch or knit stitch or something to see how it looks. And hey Zach, so it's I was debating on it, but it was all on clearance. The two colorways, it was like the peach one and then the blue and gold one. That I like that blue and gold one. And Chris, I'm not, if I can tell him what the color is and lay it out for him, how it needs to be done, he'll work with anything. But he does prefer contrasting colors. Yeah. Yeah, Aaron, I got Vortex 10 Birds of Paradise and 10 Neon something coming, and then 10 of the Menagerie in the chameleon colorway coming. Well, Kendra, Big Twist is Joann's brand. Like Greater Value is Walmart's brand, Big Twist is Joann's brand. So if Joann's done, Big Twist is done. I've never been to Canada, Krista. I'd love to, but I've never been. And Rosie, I do a lot of my ordering online too, but when it comes to like yarn, I prefer to buy it in person so I can make sure I get all the right lot numbers. And Bonnie, I see that a lot too. Just like if you go looking at eBay or some other sites, like the Big Twist Halloween colors, they're jacked up. And I've got 10 of each colorway sitting up there in my totes. Yeah, Zoe, I like touching the yarn. I mean, at least I know with Big Twist, I know what I'm getting. But I want to make sure the color, the lot numbers all match up. And sometimes I just, I was like, oh, I want the cinnamon color. But what am I going to pair it with? So I like to walk down the aisle and literally go down each where every skein is, taking this skein and like, okay, comparing it. Nope. That one to work with. I do that. I'm that guy. And then, hey, Don. Hey, Yarning for a Smile. Awesome, sweetie. Hopefully you can get your glasses. But yeah, I'm that person in the aisle, and I've helped a lot of people. They'll look at me like, "What are you doing? You crazy?" It's like, well, you got 3 colors here. How do you know you're gonna work? They're gonna work together. Hold them together, and just go down. Hi, Suzanne. How do you feel about making projects for potential duplication out of discontinued yarns? I don't know. I've never thought about it. I don't know. Yeah, Krista, I mean, we've got a decent amount of what? But like, I know my main thing that whenever that happens with Joann's, I want a lot of different solid colors, especially blacks, and I want whites and reds, because those I go through a lot. And Lori, I hope it doesn't disappear. I hope somebody steps in and say, well, we can take the Big Twist line and continue it somewhere else, but I don't think anybody's going to. I don't think they're going to let that be sold off separately. I hope, if somebody can come in, I don't know who would, but like, I hope that, like me and Panda were talking, that what they could do with the Big Twist is, if Joann's folding, we know this, right? Take the Big Twist line, all the Big Twist stuff, not just the yarn, all the Big Twist stuff, and make an online store for it. They could still make a good return on their investment for that part, because Big Twist is made. I don't know about the Big Twist hooks. The hooks that I've seen shown off on other channels are not the hooks that I've seen in the store. They're I don't know if they were just factory defects that they got. I don't know, but they're not the hooks that I've seen in the store. The hooks I've seen in the store look like actual real hooks. So I think if they switched it to 100% online presence for Big Twist, I think they would do really good, because they've got more than just yarn. They've got other crafting stuff that are all Big Twist. So I think it would do fine. I hope. Well, see, Krista down here, see, I haven't messed with Loops and Threads Soft Classic, but there's a Premiere line that's very close to how Big Twist feels, but I can't think of it off my hand because I don't have it. Okay, Connie, thank you for being in. Christina, let's hope. Well, Zoila, if they did that, I wouldn't be able to check lot numbers. You're right, but maybe I don't know. I don't know. And yeah, Bonnie, when you try to eyeball it, the right color, but it's not. Can someone research Big Twist and learn of dupes that are going to be available if Joann goes out of business? Would be great content. Susan, somebody should. I don't have the time for that. I know somebody who's been kind of doing that a little bit. She did that when Supernova came out. Cinnamon Stitches. Hey, Michelle, sweetie. Hi, Attempted Homemaker. Yes, Attempted. Yes. Premiere Basics. But that would be... Cinnamon Stitches did it, I believe, with... Yeah, she did it with Supernova. Hi, Carrie. S.L. Smith. Hi, Sandy. Sandy, it's a YouTube random thing. When I did my monthly allotment. I'm glad you popped up because I couldn't think of it. Hey, Scrimshaw Raw. See, I've never really messed with loops and threads just because my Michaels is just it's literally a hot mess. It's just, yeah. It's not, it's a hot mess. And since, I mean, I live in a city, I don't know, we call it a town, but it's a city of 220,000. One Michaels, one Hobby Lobby, one Joann's, which is going to be none. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 big Walmarts, and then 4 little Walmarts. And the neighborhood markets, I call little Walmarts. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, Chris. Yeah, Susan, it is, and that's why I'm glad. Like the gigabyte blanket that I did was made out of all Hirschner's yarn, and I actually liked it. I really actually kind of liked it, and so I don't mind Hirschner's. I've gotten a few more things from Hirschner's, a few more colors, and I'm actually not. It's a little bit rougher than I'm used to, but I'm not minding it. I think the biggest thing I don't mind out of it. I gotta go get one. Watch out, baby girl. We'll go in a minute. Okay? I think the biggest thing that I really, really like about Hirschner's is the center pull tab. And it's not bad. You know, it's really not bad at all. It's not scratchy. It's not Red Heart rough. Which I saw when I was at Walmart yesterday. I always have a habit to, well, one, like I said, go to the clearance aisle because you'll never know what you can find. You know, like I said, besides that yarn I saw yesterday, couple weeks ago. You know, these tablets, I got the two of them were $15. And I'm like, it's a tablet. You know, I don't need a fancy. I don't need an iPad. Um, so I went to the yarn aisle, and it seems like they're rolling back Red Heart prices. So, you know, I've seen them. The Red Heart that I've seen before then was like it was like four something, or now it's at $3 and some change. And it's the normal size skeins, not the. And that's the other thing that annoys me with yarn companies is, okay, yeah, we'll make a solid color, a huge skein, but let's make it variegated half the size and sell it for twice as much. That gets me. Yeah, they were the two tablets were in the clearance aisle, and they were $15. I was like, well, and they were still sealed. They weren't unopened, or they weren't opened or anything. So I was like, well, I'm grabbing them. I I use it when I'm sitting here. I have this tablet. The tablet stand is what my phone's on, and I love it to death. So I'll put my tablet up there, turn sideways, and that's I'll put my spreadsheet of the design that I put up. Yeah, Wally World. Hey, Cali girl. Oh wow, Cindy. And all the the glow in the dark. Is it the DIY glow in the dark stuff? All that yarn was $1 at my Walmart. And Panda's been wanting to do a bunch of stuff because I have glow in the dark, but I have glow in the dark that is it's fancy glow in the dark. No, come on, come on. Because I have it for a special project I have in my mind. I've got a mess ton of it. Sorry about the crinkle inkles. But that's one. And it's a 3. Closer to a 2. But it'll glow this color too. And then I have it in white as well. But I've got a mess ton of it over here in a cube. And I've got it for a special project that I want to do. It's a pullover hoodie, kind of like this in a way. If there's any anime nerds in here, I'm not an anime nerd. Panda is. But if there's anybody who watches anime, it's a hoodie based off Avatar: The Last Airbender. This stuff, yes. Oh, I've tested this stuff. I like it. It's sort of and I've got some that I want to do DK Gen for Halloween, for this next Halloween. Some I have a lot. That's why I'm ordering a mess ton of it, so that way I get it. Was pretty cheap. It's from Bling Bling Yarn. Never heard of them, but they had the colors I wanted, and it glows that color. And I've worked with it a little bit just to work it up and see how it would do, and I liked it. I liked it better than the Lion Brand DIY. Cindy, yes, well, I don't look sad. I woke up about 2 hours ago now. 11, 12, 1. Yeah. And yes, Joann's is closing, but if they can find a buyer that's going to keep them open, because the buyer that's on the block right now is going to liquidate them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts on that one because they did the exact same thing to big lots. They'll liquidate them. Sandy, let's see. Oh wow, Sandy. Oh yeah, that Panda made a glow in the dark bunny for our niece, and he said it was a little stiff. This stuff is actually really soft from Bling Bling Yarns. It's pretty soft. Yeah, she's sitting here ready to probably go outside. I'm not 100% positive. Or she thinks she's going to get a treat time. Since she's the only one here now, she's also been a little bit lonely. She's been going around where Taz was always laying down. She'd always go, and she's going to where he was always at, which is usually right through here. And Taz is always in my live. He was always, he's the one who always poked up. So what we ended up doing is anytime I go live, if you notice up on top of Bertha here around the neck, that's his dog tags. So he's always going to be in my lives still. Let's see. I've been sleeping all day too. That's why I'm late. Ooh, got hives. Sorry. Joann's don't bother me. I don't have one. And when I've ordered, it takes forever to get it since you don't see the colors. Oh, yeah, it's true. So yes, Zoila, it is. It's the wrap. I don't want to adopt another dog. I can't. After she's 14, he was 10. He suffered massive strokes the night we had to put him down. She's 14, and she's still going. She's will be 15 this year. Sandy, it's hard, and it was hard on us, and it what made it even harder was the day we had to put him down, it started snowing, and he loved the snow. So, we just keep going, and that's why I've been busting out things and just staying busy. Hi, Quilty. See, Krista, Panda's highly allergic to cats. Yeah, Bonnie, I've heard that too. And that's like when Russ got an order and one of the Christmas two weights was just thrown in there and it went everywhere. He sent me a picture and I sent it to my contact, the VP at Joann's, and said, "Look, this is unacceptable. This is what hurts us as affiliates is when your people doing your shipping does this." But well, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. We've been here almost an hour and a half. Wow, I didn't even expect that. But I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you all for being here. I will be putting out a scarf this Friday. Next Friday will be the matching ear warmer, and then the following Friday will be that date night wrap. The scarf that'll be coming out this Friday is linked hearts. then it'd be the linked heart scarf, and then there's going to be the linked hearts ear warmer. I just got to transition that to a lot smaller. That's going to be a little bit of work for me. And then the 14th, I'll do In the Yarn Studio episode 3. And just so y'all know, like I do vertical lives, and it's not. I was doing these well before they were even. How can I say this right? I do vertical lives, and I was doing them before they started showing up in the vertical live feed because of my anxiety in my heart. With StreamYard, I get a big old bright eyeball staring at you with bright numbers. With going live on my phone vertically, the little man is very tiny way up here, and I can't, I don't see it. So it doesn't mess with my anxiety. So that's why I do this vertical. And I was doing it before they started popping up in the live for feeds. And I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because it's my heart. But anyway, I want to let you guys go. You all have a great day. And if I don't see y'all before the 14th, keep stitching. Love you all. Have a good day.